So we're in the beginning of May, and when I got home the other day, the dandelions had just bloomed overnight. They just really are so open now and so pretty. And I decided then and there that I'm going to make dandelion molasses. I wanted to do that for a long time. Some people call it dandelion honey, but I call it molasses in honor of the bees because I'm not doing as much work as they do. And I think I want to distinguish it from what they do and what honey is. So I'm picking flowers, as many as I can, and I have a lot to choose from. I'm picking the biggest ones I can find, the ones that are most developed. They're almost like bursting like a little volcano. They look like that. Our flowers are not very big because they get mowed a lot, so they don't get too big. But from the ones that I have, I'm trying to take the biggest ones that are most developed. If they still have petals on the inside that are not totally open, I don't want to take them because they're going to be hard to pluck later. And yes, your hands are going to get very dirty when you do that. There's no way around that. And here's the bee. She approves of what I picked, so I guess that's quality control. I picked the right ones, apparently. So cute. The recipe says I need 200 grams of flowers to get 100 grams of petals. So that's what I'm doing. I'm weighing. I need 200. There we are. Plucking the petals is a pretty tedious work, and you just have to find your own way how to do it. I kind of tried to open the bottom of the flower and then pluck them out. If you have bigger flowers, it's probably going to be easier, but it was pretty tedious, and I had the wind that I wanted to get my petals out of my dish too. So I still got some green stuff that I need to take out, but I want to see how much that is now. It was 200 flowers, and we'll see how many petals we have here. 71. So I figured it's not half. So luckily I have more flowers. I got more than I so-called needed, so then I can do more petals. And like I said, I need to really clean out this green stuff, these green leaves, otherwise it's gonna get bitter. That's not what I want. Another thing I found is you really want to get the flowers as open as possible, like not a lot of, see how you can see in here, there's a little, this is okay, but if it has too much like this one, it's really hard to pluck it. And yes, my fingers are really dirty. So I got it on a cookie sheet now after I weighed it. It's still a little too much, but I have some stuff in there that needs to come out. So by the time I have taken this stuff out that's not supposed to be in there, like all these green thingies, I'll be okay with 100 grams. And so I can really see well because I don't want to squish them too much. So it's just kind of go through them and whatever I missed, or take out all these little green leaves so they will not make it bitter. It's very delicate. So pretty. The flowers have wilted really quickly while I was plucking the petals out. And so doubling the recipe does not work because you cannot work fast enough. I'm adding 1 liter of water, which is about 4 cups of water, into the pan with the petals. I have washed the lemon with hot water, and now I am grating off the outer thin layer of the lemon very carefully, turning it and turning it. I am boiling this concoction for 7 minutes, and I'm leaving the lid on so I do not lose any of the delicate flavors from the petals. And then I let it sit overnight to cool down and really get it infused. In the morning, I drained the liquid into a pan, and it was only about half of the liquid left, so about 5 deciliters, 6. And I added 2 tablespoons of lemon juice. I also added about 500 grams of sugar, which is about 2 cups, and then you boil that all down into a syrup. Of course, you have to keep stirring it so it doesn't burn on the bottom. It's already a little syrupy, but I think it needs to be a little more. Now this one you can see it when I put a heap on there. Maybe another one. You can see how it actually forms a little heap, and then this one from earlier it just flattens out. So this one is good. I'm gonna take it. I put my clean jars into a 200-degree oven to get them a little warmed up. And now we can fill the jars. Of course, I use a funnel for that. It's easiest to do it that way. And I like to use smaller jars because it doesn't make that much, and it's so special that we don't eat much at a time anyway. I didn't want to cook them too long so they wouldn't crystallize like honey. And when I checked them the next day, I realized I didn't cook them long enough. So I emptied them back into the pan and cooked the whole liquid a little longer until it got syrupy enough, and then I refilled the jars again. On the left side you can see it's still too runny. The liquid is too runny, and on the bottom it stays together better. It looks like honey, more like honey, and this is how you want it to be. And I'm learning. I just didn't want it to get too hard. Precious liquid gold, dandelion molasses. So good.